Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. I am so excited. I have a returning guest, Simantha Rose. You think I would have learned that after the last live stream, 2 live streams ago? But thank
You
you,
got
Simantha
this.
Rose, for coming back here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm very
Oh,
excited to be here.
oh my gosh, of course. You were actually on you were supposed to be in the first half of the season, and then something happened, and now I'm glad you're coming into the tail end of the season.
Yes, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
dude, I'm happy to have you. You know what? Let's start off this interview the classic way. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself and your Sims history?
My real name's Mallory, and I live in Texas. I've lived in Texas my whole sim playing life. Started playing from the very beginning, Sims 1 or The Sims. Absolutely love it. A lot of my I play a character on Instagram called Simantha Rose, all things Simantha Rose with her and her family. A lot of it, a lot of pieces of it come from my life as inspiration or just different things that interested in life. So you can find me on there under SIM Simantha Rose.
I love it. So hello. So did you start with The Sims 1 or have you worked your way? Okay, so you have.
I've started from the beginning. It's what's funny is I've been going through home videos and I found a video of me opening The Sims for Christmas. Whatever month it came out that year for Christmas is when I got it. So I found that. I'm so excited to post that soon. I won't lie, I did not play Sims 3 very much. First, during that time, I guess I was doing other things, but then okay, that's my cat. Sorry. Sorry guys. Anyway, yeah, I got distracted during Sims 3, but Sims 4 came out. I've been playing ever since it came out day one. And this account just manifested with all the screenshots. I was taking screenshots all the time. So I was like, I've got to put this together in some kind of organized fashion. People need to see this. So
All right, love that. We'll talk about Project Rose in a little bit, but I love a good OG simmer. You have to turn that into a reel. Like what you need to do is just recreate it. Oh, like have yourself as the original opening, and then you as an adult opening up Sims 5 or yeah, whenever we get Sims 5 coming out, being like,
oh, that's why I've been holding on to this video. I was like, I got to do something special with it because that's gold. I mean, I don't know how many people have their reaction of opening up the game. So I cried a little bit when I found it.
I love it. That's so nostalgic. I love
Yeah.
that. You know what I wish? I wish I would have kept all my Sims notebooks for all the from those years ago. I know I have a couple lying around. I know that my mom's house somewhere because my mom has everything I've ever touched. So like if you went to my mom's house right now, you would think I died in a plane accident maybe about 15 years ago because that's where like all of my aging stops in that house. Like there's tons of photos of me as a small child in my teenage years and all my teenage projects, but anything past the age of 14, I don't exist in that house. So like it was like a year ago, I came home and she has these sad arrangement of flowers, and what they were, it was from when I was in culinary school the first year, which was cake decorating and adding fake flowers to a cake. So I had to buy all these synthetic really nice silk roses, and she kept my rejected ones that I just never used. It's still in the vase, hasn't been cleaned in like 10 years now, so there's dust on everything and all of these child.
Oh my gosh.
Next time I'm home in a couple of weeks, I will send you a photo of like my sweet, sweet, sweet funeral. I'm like, Mom, I'm alive. And she's like,
You'll
Jennifer, I
definitely have to show
know.
me that.
Yeah, she's like, I know. Just get me better photos. Like, you have my like 6 save the dates that have accurate photos of me. Like, you don't have anything in my 20s.
Like,
These are high school photos. Now you have my college graduate photo.
oh my gosh.
Right? Oh my God. But I love it. So are you excited for Sims 5 Project Renee?
I am excited because
Okay.
it's like the new era and thinking of what they could do differently from Sims 4. But I'm scared at the same time because, we've all been using Sims 4 since what, 2013 came out?
2013 or 2014. I feel like it's 2014.
A long time. So it's like making that move and how invested that all of us have put into this one game. All I one thing that would help me feel better is that knowing I can transfer, and I would hope so now with the technology we have, is to be able to transfer our Sims over to the new platform, because you know how that's going to hurt me if I can't do that.
Oh, that will be possible, but for a small fee of your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're for sure gonna micromanage. I feel like they'll be like, yeah, you can transfer your stuff in the deluxe Super Sims Project Renee 5 kit. It will cost you 3 fingers a month, and you'll be able to just transfer over all of your stuff. Like I'm so scared of
I'm scared.
I'm so
Scared is the right word, because it's unknown. There's so many unknowns, and
right,
you
and
know.
they just keep releasing the same photos over and over and over. It's the same building photos. I get
Mhm.
it. Builders get the most attention on the platform. Builders are awesome. They've only shown one photo of the cast. Looks fucking petrifying. I understand that this
Yeah.
is extreme prototype, very rough stages. Um, I don't know. I'm just not ready to spend like $100 on a new base game to not
No.
have cats or dogs, because you know it's going to be the same.
Oh,
Uh,
every
I
time. Yep.
I just can't believe you have to spend $60 to get snow in the game to have seasons. Like I find that just a little fucking outrageous, if you ask me. And if you think
Mhm.
we had to, they really broke up the packs for Sims 4. For Sims 5, it's gonna be even worse. I feel like there's gonna be like mega expansions,
Yeah.
super stuff packs. I think we're just gonna see a lot more stuff. And like, let's take a minute, let's be honest. Every version of The Sims has university. Every versions of The Sims has some form of get to work. They're just going to take the games that we've already paid for and just kind of port them over to Sims 5. And I don't know about you, but I don't have a grand line around just kind of waiting
Mhm.
and just getting the same stuff.
I
Like
know.
they'd have, I really hope, if so they're like, if you've had The Sims 4 for 5 years at this point, they, because you can tell the day it was bought, we're going
Mhm.
to give you free shit. Like they just did that with the kit. Um Desert Lux
Yeah.
something, right? They're like, oh, you've had the base game, I think it was for longer than a year or 2 years. We'll reward you with a free $8 kit. And I'm like, woo!
That's like tax
Exciting.
on a lot. It's like tax on all the games we've paid. Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you order your Growing Together expansion? Did you pre-order?
I did. The only reason I pre-ordered is because, so I used to work at a really toxic place. I no longer work there. They decided that to part ways with me, probably for the best decision. And I can now say this because I have a coworker that listens to these podcasts, and I pray for your soul for you to remain to be there. Um, so he gave us a $75 gift card, like a vanilla prepaid. So he did not support what I did. So I said, you know what? I'm going to use your fucking money to get me this expansion pack. So I did. So I pre-ordered that expansion pack, and then I got a kit. I got the Symptomate kit, because I was actually generally surprised by that. As a kit that I'd asked for years ago. I wanted like a Victoria's Secret Licenza kit. This is, or pack. This was before kits even existed, and
Yeah.
I was excited for it. So just again used my
I
boss's
love
money to
it.
ex
Why
boss's money again.
why not?
I
I'm
wish.
sorry that didn't work out, but
Oh,
heck
don't.
yeah, using the card for that.
Oh, don't worry. Again, little spy. I got a better job a week later, and you can pass that on. So, yeah,
Awesome.
it was awkward to. Oh, I wouldn't even say it was awkward to leave. I think my time was done at that point, and I was just
Yeah.
time to move on. And I literally got a salary paid. Sorry, this is for her to pass it on. Salary paid job in under 5 days of leaving that pays me almost double what I was getting paid.
That's
Please
badass,
pass
girl.
that on. So
I'll pass it on to everybody. Everyone
yeah.
needs, that's awesome.
Right, this is it was so, because at first, because like we hired her and she's like, I really like the Sims, and I was like, we have to hire her now because that's a weird niche in the wild. And she's like, yeah, I really like podcasts. I really like this Canadian girl. She does this podcast and she interviews people, and at the time my jaw was on the floor. I was like, what?
Hmm.
You talking
It's like,
about Stassi? And she's like, yeah, she's a little chatty, she's a little good. I was like, a little chatty. Let's say that. And she's like, oh, like, do you listen to her? Like, do you want? I was like, catch most of them. You can
oh
tell.
my gosh.
So we end up hiring her. So she comes back, she's like, you're Stassi. Which is so awkward because for many of the podcasts, I talk about how abusive this job was and how it takes a toll on me. And she took the job knowing that that's the place.
Wow.
I'm assuming by this comes out, she'll still currently be there. So good luck. Because everything I said was true. Anyways, I'll stop being meta now and making it less about me and more about you.
It's okay. You needed that.
I did. I
needed
really
to get out.
I had to get it out. So did you pre-order it?
I did. I think you get some build items if you
Yeah.
pre-order. So, and just me, the minute it comes out, I'm gonna buy it. So why not buy it early and get some freebies?
I
So,
agree. We did a roundtable yesterday and I was talking to the awful gamer, and he informed me that it comes with a slide, and I was like, awesome. He's like, yeah, so that's like, there's only one other additional slide in the game that comes with Parenthood, and that makes it really big difference when you're teaching your toddlers how to move and stuff. And I was like, wait, what? I would just put it in a build bot, like in a room. I would never actually play with it. But here's the one thing I'm going to irk about this, and I said this yesterday, so you'll be repeating this on this podcast, is I can't believe. So let's say that slide, the slide or the fake Peloton, which I fucking love the fake
that's
Peloton.
what caught. Yeah, that caught
Yeah,
my
I looked at it, I
eye.
was like, oh wow, fake Peloton. Are we gonna have some what, like the Peloton classes, the Simplon workout classes? Can my Simplon be an influencer
Oh,
for
I
a
love it.
fitness person? That would be hilarious. But so say you build a fitness room with your fake Peloton, your Simplon, whatever I just made it up, and you put it in the gallery. If you did not pre-order that expansion, like the bit, that item will not show up when you download it from the gallery.
Yeah,
That
that's what yeah,
that
that's,
irked me a little bit.
and I guess somehow once you download it into your game, it knows, oh, you don't have that. You don't have option to that. So it'll just be missing. Kind of like any CC objects you don't have that if you download from the gallery. It's like, oh, 8 building items are missing. I'm like, I don't know what those are.
Yeah, I don't know. I like with us, I just found that a little annoying. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like these 3 items are amazing.
I don't think they're life changing. They should be addable for everyone. I don't know. I guess that's what they want, your money as soon as they can.
Well, yeah, because basically what it's saying is like, oh, like, because a lot of people wait till the packs go on sale for 50% off to get their packs. They're like, well, we're not going to reward you for being budget friendly. That irks me as well. I literally just pre-ordered it because I want the world.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for another 64 by 64 lot, man. That's literally all I live for at this point. I live for the build, buy, and the world. I attempted to play the high school, like in the high school in my own story. But the high school that I already had was significantly better. So I was like, well, fuck me then. But the build buy in high school years,
Oh, I
just
love it.
because you have all the carnival stuff.
Oh, I love it. I
love
love
it.
that the carnival. I got some good pictures in front of the carnival. I love that. I'm so excited for this new pack because it's all about family, and that's really what it comes down to with what I do, and my Simstagram is all about family. So I'm just so excited to see how it's going to affect the Rose household.
I
Babies moving around everywhere. I don't know.
Uh, I'm excited. There's three things I'm kind of excited for. I'm excited to start seeing infant CC because now that the infants are able to be clothed, I'm gonna sit here and tell you for any story stuff, I'm gonna skip past debugged baby. I'm gonna go straight to infant because debugged baby
Yeah.
should just be gone. But I'm so excited to see the CC clothes that comes out for that just because
I didn't
CC.
even think about that part. Yeah, that opens a whole new world for
Yeah,
everyone.
right.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
then I'm really hoping that they do shine a better light on elders. I hope that we're able to do special interactions, which I think we have seen, and I think they have talked about it. That like I think it's really cute to be like, oh, let's go to grandma's house, let's go to grandpa's house, let's have have special interactions where like make cookies with grandma. I think that would be very cute. I think that's a lot of stuff that's missing, and I hope we kind of bring back a little bit more of some family drama along the
Mhm.
way, like bring a little chaos back into the game, a little like just something. And I'm really excited that this pack is really kind of geared more towards gameplay because I
Mhm.
truly do think the Sims forgot about gameplay.
A
They
little bit. I feel a
we
little neglected over on that side, as
Yeah,
opposed to building.
because like builders get the most love, builders get the most packs, and then I would say Cass. But question, what would be, because like obviously they're ramming out kits left, right, and center.
Yeah.
The kids fucking everywhere. Just they're annoying as
Exploded.
hell, but they're for console players who can't have CC. My stance is they should be free for console players. We, us as PC players, should have to pay for them because we have the ability, if we so choose to have CC. Console players don't, and that's, I mean,
I agree
that's
with that.
I think that's pretty fair. So, anyways, long story short, I'd love to see a kit that's actual gameplay because the only one they currently have is the vacuum kit, and we know how terrible that is.
Yeah, it's turned off.
Yeah,
It's
it's
turned
just
off in my game.
exactly. Now, the question on the table is what gameplay kit would you like to see the Sims team add and why?
I don't have a definite answer for that, but this could be part of it for the longest time. And it's so simple. This would be a really simple thing to be able to open and close curtains for any
Yes.
windows. So like the sim wouldn't even have to walk to the curtain as long as we had the option to click on it, open and
Mhm.
close as day and night happens. I would make just like adding the light switches. I think I mentioned in that round table last year, like, and then they added it. It was like heaven for me that day. I was like, light switch. I'm like over here in all my builds, just light switch, light switch, light switch. I used some build item as like a fake security pad, like like a little keypad.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll get those one day. Small stuff like that adds a huge difference. They could do a kit for an alarm system, and then they can add back the burglar that we've
Hmm.
all been missing in
Yeah.
that drama, where like everything stops, you can't pause, the music comes in. That could be added as a kit. I really feel, and I know if everyone had to pay, you'd probably make a lot of money off that. EA
Oh,
would, or The
I
Sims would.
I for sure would. I mean,
I would
okay,
buy it in a heartbeat.
I would buy it for whatever items they were giving me, and then I would turn off the burglar part because I don't do gameplay because that would ruin what I do. But I do like that. I like okay, I'm gonna expand upon your open and close. So I'm huge into CC in all aspects of the game, including build buy. I know a lot of builders like you can't because it doesn't make you a proper builder because you're using CC. Now, you know what I want in the game? Fucking half open doors. Cause
Oh yeah.
who has a closed door? These doors are closed because you don't need to see how messy of a human I am because bathroom, bedroom. But like those two doors over there, which I'm pointing to a blank wall, but for everybody, only me can see. Open doors, open
Yes,
windows,
that would be great.
shutters that actually like function and stuff. And again, the sim doesn't even have to do it. We could do it. Like we could just like decide like a half door open and close. That is what I download for CC for builds. It's just taking that realism to the next level. Or like open drawers or
Yes.
like unloading a dishwasher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
you
then
just don't.
and then when the guy does it, they leave every fucking drawer and cupboard open because that's how guys unload dishwashers. And girls, it's always closed and neat. But guys, I'll just come
Yeah.
down and I'm again ranting personally. I'm like, the dishwasher's emptied. Because every drawer is open.
Wonder who did that.
I wonder. It was not me.
Yeah,
um,
stuff like that would make such a huge difference. It's so small, like opening a window or the blinds, but no,
yeah.
that to have more control of your home and the way you want. Since they have such great light that comes in on some photos, it's like, oh my gosh, look at that light coming in through the windows. You'd be able to do that way more control over that. That'd be
I
amazing.
I
Be the
totally agree.
house functionality kit.
Yes, I would buy that. I would buy so that's going to be a super mega kit in Sims 5. I would spend $20 human on that because again it brings in that realism also not just for
Mhm.
PC players who don't want to play vanilla. It also be for console players that are clearly missing out on stuff. So EA,
Yeah.
we want more, some of us want more gameplay
Yeah,
because
seriously. Anytime I think of it, I'm like a picture, like behind, if I took a picture of Samantha Rose, behind her, one of the blinds was closed and one of them was open. That's like, to me, is like just an amazing thing to be able to do because that makes it look real. Like, I wanted this open, but these are closed, you know. I know that's so silly sounding, but
no, it sounds realistic for
yeah.
what you want. I also want pillows.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
they have that little pillow. They have like some little pillows to play with now, and I was like all excited, but yeah, I don't know. They need more.
Yeah, I literally just have CC pillows and it like I can like build upon how many pillows I want because every couch has pillows. Give a
Always, yeah.
and blankets. I'd also like if your sim was cold, they would just go grab a blanket and wrap it themselves around it, just like an like a human likes. Or if they're on the couch watching TV, they had a blanket. They lied on the pillow, or they just pulled their phone out and just started,
Yeah. Yeah,
tweeting
you
and
could keep it in your inventory. Like
yeah.
people have a blanket just like they do beach towels.
It,
So that'd be
it,
cool.
exactly. They have no problem pulling out fucking bikes everywhere. I'd love to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know if you just saw my recent post, but I made Samantha and Eric went on their honeymoon
Mm-hmm.
and I made them get bikes because they were in Sulani and I was like, well, I'll have them bike down to the volcano. It'll be cute.
Yeah.
But oh my, I like forgot to take it out of their inventory. And literally you walk from the front yard to the backyard. They have to pull the bike out and then they get all confused and messed up into the trees. I'm like,
Right.
guys.
Okay. So, because you can't have horses in the game. Okay. Because God forbid they give us horses.
Right.
But yet we have cottage living. I'm not usually this angry. I promise everybody. So for Rose Chronicles, I needed horses. They ride fucking horseback. I'm sorry. I can't just
Yeah.
pull out a goddamn bike in a world that bikes don't exist. So there's a mod and it's called Filippo the horse and it converts the bike into a horse. So that's great. It's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah.
It's amazing. Until your sim has to pull up Felipe the horse to go upstairs because I'm literally watching Felipe the horse galloping upstairs. I'm just like,
Oh my
no,
gosh.
teleport sim. No. How do I stop this from happening? Oh.
The amazing things with mods and CC.
Oh my god. I couldn't live without it. Are you a vanilla player? Do you play with CC?
So I'm not against CC, but I try to stay as true as I can to the game and what they have first. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Samantha's eyelashes will always be CC until they improve the eyelash game in the game because you won't ever catch her without CC eyelashes. But I play mods. I do, the UI cheats and the MC command and I took Wicked Whims off because I'm just not really playing with the certain options. Like the menstrual cycle thing is just a whole, I don't know. I just turned that off, but I was like, I don't even use this. I feel like my game's slow. I think I'm gonna be getting a new laptop though with these sound issues. But anyway, yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it. It goes down to it because I feel like any form of storytelling, you need some form of mods. You need something to be able to help you. For me, it's poses. I could not tell Rose Chronicles without poses. They are the fucking best thing since anything, especially
Thank
emotional
God.
poses, because I could just sit there and just be like happy. And it's like, and also, especially when they're animations too, because then it just keeps moving. So I can just
Mhm.
pause, new emotion, pause, that has saved, that has taken, that's brought back years to my life that I
That's
currently
true.
did not like. That were gone from like when I first started off. But like that's the only ones I kind of play with is the teleport. I don't use MCC Command Center. I had it for a hot minute, didn't really do anything for me, and it just kind of really broke my game. So I was
It
like,
really? Oh,
yeah,
I,
it completely just my game wouldn't open.
oh man.
So I
Yeah,
was just like,
that's
what?
not cool.
I was like, whatever. I mean, I've just learned to adapt and kind
Hmm.
of grow. I considered getting Red Shelf and I've considered getting Tool. And then I remembered that I don't need them because I will never be an Instagram builder. So my little tricks are fine. But that's kind of it. I definitely do feel though we do need outside help to make the game better.
Yes.
That's what makes the game what it is, because Sims 4 is actually pretty broken if you kind of look at it that way. Like I know a lot
Hmm.
of people use Wicked and Wonderful Whims, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. There's two
Yeah.
different ones.
Yeah, because Wicked's the bad one, Wonderful is the good one. Oh, or is it
Yeah.
Whimsical Whims? I don't know. It's something like that. But again, I kind of wish some of that stuff was just added
Yeah. That's
into
why I
the
had Wicked Whims. It wasn't because I'm like over here like, ooh, Sims.
ooh,
Yeah.
I need some Sims penis in my life.
But there was some like moodlets that I liked that
Yeah.
I, because I'm all about screenshotting and adding my moodlets with it shows that I'm actually playing the game. So I love that they had different ones like that that kind of added more personality. So mods, oh yeah, I give it up to the modders because they just add a little like that icing on the cake and
Mhm.
or fill in whatever's missing exactly.
Oh, exactly. We did the LGBTQ plus roundtable yesterday, and all we could just keep like because like obviously with a lot of stuff that they've made progress in the game, which is really awesome, but it's been in mods for years.
Yeah.
So I just kind of feel like EA is playing catch up, but yet they're taking credit for all the stuff that modders have already been doing, but demonetizing modders and telling them when they can and cannot post stuff.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
right. It's
I
kind of
agree.
discouraging.
I agree. Well, anyways, let's move on to happier topics. Let's talk about Project Rose.
Cool. I always like to talk about Project Rose. It's coming up soon, coming in April.
Start start me from beginning to end. Tell me where it started and where it is today.
Well, to be honest, whenever I joined the Simmer Mag, I got interested on, like, oh, I could start. I really love writing. Well, I guess
Mm-hmm.
we'll start there. I love writing. I like coming up with new ideas or explaining, kind of like teaching, training people.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, gosh, with all these photos I have, and then I have all these ideas of like what's going on in Samantha's world. I was like, it'd be really cool to come out with like, I didn't want to call it a magazine. It's more of like a series because the magazine is more, I feel like a generic about everybody, but this is mainly geared towards Samantha and her family. And then I
Mm-hmm.
will be featuring people in a couple months too. Each time there'll be one person featured to talk about a simmer. So it just kind of an idea just kind of grew from there. And then
Mm-hmm.
I posted every quarter. So January, April, July, and October.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a cover the main cover. And then there's three, what I call articles. So, and then that just kind of depends what's going on in Samantha's life. So I guess I'll give a sneak peek of what April, obviously, she recently got married.
Yes.
So that's what one of the main articles will be about is weddings.
That's cute. I mean, you can tease a lot more. This isn't coming out till August, so you can go nuts.
Oh, so you guys will all know already all about, more than I do right now. I don't know.
I like that once in a while, being like, when I filmed this, I thought I had my shit together. Looking back at it, I did not.
No, no.
Um, No, I like that, and I like that it's a different way of storytelling,
Mhm.
to say the least. I have seen a lot of storytellers now because I just started a new series on my podcast page called Story Spotlight. They're written interviews, and I have now had over 100 simmers signed up, which started with 40. It's now 100.
That's
So
awesome.
oh, it is awesome. Just people are now emailing me. I got 3 emails yesterday being like, "Can I be interviewed?" And I was like,
Oh, you're
"You're gonna
like,
wait
I
six
love, thank
months,
you.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but be prepared. There's
Yeah.
a wait because it's only once a week." But yeah, it's cool to see. I like different ways to tell stories. So when you're writing, writer to writer, what's your writing process? I'm just really curious.
I feel like I don't even have one. I literally, I don't know. I don't even know, like, because I'm not like a professional writer. I don't, like, I'm not like a writing pro, but I just have all these ideas bounce around in my head. And then whenever I'm home a lot, I work from home. So I
Mhm.
have a lot of chance to like sit down and be like, oh, that sounds great. Or do a lot of my best thinking in the shower. Samantha Rose was created as I was taking a shower. I was like, what could her name be?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just kind of like whenever I sit down and start taking photos or deciding what I want to write about, it just kind of flows. And then I build from there. I know that
Mhm.
does not probably help anyone, but in my mind, that's what I'm doing. Um, I've had this family I played way before I started posting.
Mhm.
So it's like I've got endless ideas lined up in my head about, oh, the next project, Rose, I'm going to write about that. And it's just like all these ideas that I've had for so long, I'm finally able to start publishing them. And I only do it every 3 months because I want to spend a lot of time on it,
Mhm.
make sure it's thorough and it stands out. And then people have time to digest it. And then I have time to work on the next one. But it's been so fun. I really don't have any professional advice on my writing, but I try to keep it. Sometimes I tell myself, okay, short and sweet, don't
Mhm.
overload. A lot of people on Instagram, especially if they're about visual, the photos. So
Yes.
it was important that my articles were photos and writing, and
Mhm.
whatever I did write would be very relatable to a Sims player or anybody. To be honest, I get comments from other gamers that play other games,
Mhm.
cat people, cat lovers, like just all kinds of people. And they're like, wow, this seems like a really cool game. Or someone the other day said, I haven't played this in years, but you make me want to start playing again. Stuff like that. It just makes me want to cry. It just makes me feel like that's why I made this account. I knew I needed to make this account to share because this game is amazing, no matter how broken it can get or not.
Mhm.
It's what you make of it. It's your own world to do what you want. Thank God for modders, we can add in all the extras that Sims haven't done yet. So I'm on my rant, but yeah, that's where I get my inspiration from.
That has to be the best answer I've heard
Oh,
in
well, that's
any
good.
of yeah. I love that. I think the Sims community is amazing. Everyone is so welcoming. Even outside the Sims
Yes.
community, it is everyone just is just being so positive and just being like, I like what you do. And I was literally gonna ask you, well, what's it like when you get the positive words back? And it's incredible to just know that.
Every single person that's reached out to me, it's like it I'll never forget that. And I've kept close. I call them friends, and if they
Yeah.
hear this, they know who they are. Some people that comment on my post all the time, keep up with the family, tell me like just it keeps me going. There was a time in November, I think, where I was kind of getting less motivated to keep going because there's a lot going on in my real life. And then this
Mhm.
person said, oh my gosh, you're my favorite story. I'm so excited. Like I'm here to listen to more. Can't remember the exact words, but I screenshot all this.
Mhm.
And it made me just jump right back into inspiration mode and, pick it up from there because it brings joy to one person, it makes it worth it. Brings joy to me, it's worth it. So if someone else is like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's awesome. And
I
everyone is so nice, so nice.
Girl, I don't have anything to say because you are 100% right now. Okay, do you remember the first time, first comment, anything from that? The first time you read something, do you remember what it was and what it said?
I think the one that I've had two people say you make me want to start playing again, and the first that was one of the first comments I got, and it was in a personal DM, and they had sent it to me, like shared my stuff, and also said that, and I was like, just like so taken back that people, I create all this stuff and I read it, and then to have someone take that time to like, slide third picture says all this information. And they took the time to go to that, read it, read my caption, and respond to something that I said. It just means the world to me that someone takes the time out of their day or they look forward to my post. Oh my gosh, it's unreal. I never, I'm not a big poster in my real life. Like I have 150 Facebook friends of my real, like I keep my circle close, but just being in the gaming sim world has been such a blessing.
I I think that's so cool, and especially when it comes to you can kind of just be who you want to be in the scene. You want to be a
Exactly.
storyteller, you can be a storyteller, and then you can inspire others, and then they start inspiring others, and then they start inspiring us, and it's just literally a domino effect. It was the same
Exactly.
thing with me. Rose Chronicles, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that you could post stories. I had fucking no idea. It was Christine Sims' first story I saw. I loved it. I was like, well, I can do this then. She can do it. I can do it. And I did it. And people were like, I love this. It's intense. It's a lot. But you've inspired me to do my own thing. And you're just
Mhm.
like,
You're like, really? Like, really?
yeah, really? Like,
Are you sure you're reading the right?
yeah, are you sure you're talking to the right person? My name's not
Oh.
Kate Emerald. It's Stalthy.
Oh.
But it's the same way with this podcast. I think the most heartwarming comments I get is not from Simmers. It's from the family members of the people I interviewed. I get moms
Oh.
DMing me, I get sisters DMing me saying that seeing their child being interviewed and knowing beforehand how nervous they were and seeing them have that special glow and that like that excitement in their eyes,
Yeah.
you can't take it back. And I will say, I think this is now my 110th episode of doing this, and from day one to today, about halfway through every interview, and go back and watch them on YouTube because every interview's on there with video. You see the glimmer in the person I'm interviewing's eyes because they're now comfortable and they're
Hmm.
excited to be talking about something that they love. And I see it in every interview and I fucking love it. And that's
Yeah.
why I do this. It's not, I mean, if I wanted to do something crazy, I would have joined the circus for applause. Okay. Like, it
No,
was
I think
just,
this is awesome what you do. That's so
oh,
cool. And you have it all coordinated and everyone. I'm always like excited to see who's upcoming on your Simmer Spotlight.
it's,
Oh, it's awesome.
it's, it's so cool. I want to do something different. I wanted to treat this as a talk show. I'm curious. I have ideas for season 3 of like, how can I take this podcast to the next level? I don't even know just yet. Like at this point, I'm looking at, I'm like, well, I had planned this season to go till September. We're looking at November, almost December
Wow.
now, to like how many interviews are still left to come and all that good stuff. But anyways,
That's
wrap it.
amazing. It's growing. Just let it
Yeah.
unfold. It's amazing. The
I
process.
yeah, I believe it. I booked my season finale yesterday. I booked them. I'm so excited who it is. I have been fighting for them to be on, and I'm very
Oh,
excited
cool.
for to announce it when it's the season finale of who it is. But
Awesome. I'll be looking forward to hearing about who it is. I wonder if
oh,
it's someone I know. Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe. We'll just leave it. We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there. But so we talked about Project Rose. I want to talk a little bit about the Simmer magazine because we were talking a little bit before this podcast started. I'm
Yeah.
just really curious to see like kind of like an update of anything that you can share with everybody, because that's actually a channel that I miss dearly.
Mhm.
You guys would share casts and stories that like the Sims team doesn't. And I know that's how a lot of people found the smaller accounts. And I was a little sad to see it being so quiet the last couple of months. Is there anything that you could share?
I'm really glad you brought it up because it has been quiet for the last few months, and we were planning to meet early this year, but with our schedules, it didn't quite work out. We're still trying to get that meeting together because there's a total of three of us, and we're all on different time zones. But regardless, they did turn off tagging for the owner turned off tagging for the holidays,
Mhm.
and I am very surprised, to be honest, that it hasn't been turned back on. I've expressed that I'm ready for it to be turned back on because I handled most of the sharing and looking at content and finding people following them. So I'm really ready and excited to take that back on now that everyone's kind of calmed down from the holidays and school. So I am excited to give you an update. I just don't have one officially right now. But I will admit it's been quiet, and there was plans to come out with the first magazine
Mhm.
cover. And the owner did talk about doing articles along with the magazine cover. So
Mhm.
I'll be really excited to learn more as to what I'll be involved in and when that will start. But first and foremost, I'm ready to turn tagging back on because
Mhm.
I know it's weird. I know the tagging's turned off, but someone was able to weasel their way and tag us. So I went in and shared that because I was like, oh, yeah, I'm excited. I haven't had months of, I would go in there 3 times a day and look at everyone's stuff,
Mhm.
like, share, tag them. So I'm really ready to get back to doing that. And it'll be something that I'll probably bring up to the owner within the next week or two to see, hey, at least we can get this going. And then maybe we can meet about work with our magazine because I'm ready. That's all I know.
I think we're all ready.
I think we're all ready. Yeah.
I think I'll be excited to see it come back, just because again, getting those little accounts out there that everybody deserves their time in the sun, and that the algorithm is not as
Yes,
kind to everybody. That's really
definitely.
well known, especially if you have zero idea how social media works. So it's always very cool to see stuff being shared. I also found that it was more like, again, casts and storytellers that you were sharing versus builds, which I particularly love the most. Again, builders are amazing. I'm friends with lots of builders. You guys are awesome. But for the rest of us that are in the shadows, it's really nice because, especially if you're having a rough day and then you see your stuff being shared, and then you get new
Mhm.
followers and they're like, oh, I saw you on this Simmers magazine. Because I'll sit here and tell you, because I interviewed Roz back last season, closer to the season finale.
Mhm.
People DM me all the time and ask me if the Simmer magazine is still up. I
Really?
didn't even know there
Okay.
was a Simmers magazine. I get that at least twice a week. Someone will say, I didn't even know. It's
I'm
like,
glad you brought that up.
I'm like,
Yeah, because
can you talk to me about it? And I'm like,
you're like, oh, I don't know. And that's the way I feel that way. I'm part of the team, but I handle the PR. So like I do a lot of like what comes in is and that's
yeah.
where I come in and share and seek out. But when it's a little out of my control, but just hearing that makes me want to just let's go, guys, let's get this going. Cause I loved
Hmm.
I found that page less than a month after starting my Simstagram, and I had just reached out saying, "Hey, I'm new to all this, but I love The Sims. If you need help with anything in regards to your
Hmm.
page, I am here." And then that's how it all started. So it has gone quiet lately. I won't lie about that. So that's something I'm gonna kind
Yeah.
of add to my priorities on trying to let's get this going. At least get some tags turned on because I that's what I did. That's he's the creator and I handled what came in. So I'm excited to get that going. Well,
Yeah. Of
we'll probably
course.
all be able to get it going. I pray. So I'll keep everyone posted of once I
Yes.
have more information.
Well, this isn't coming out to the middle of August. So I hope between now and then
Yeah,
there will be more updates
I
on
sure hope so.
I hope
I
so.
will. I don't want to let anyone down. So anytime you guys have questions, I will get them passed along and hopefully get them answered pretty quickly. So.
I love it. Well, I hope by then we will see more updates. I mean, we could talk a month from now being like, look,
Yeah.
it's back. And then this podcast will come out in August being like, this is old.
Yeah.
Record
Yeah.
sooner.
We have 50 magazines out by now. What are
Yeah,
you guys talking about?
yeah, this bitch is nuts.
Totally no hate on the group. It's just we've kind of gotten into our, hibernation mode. And that was all for Christmas, but I think we gotta set that date to turn things back on and get rocking and rolling. So
Hey, I got you. I can't say anything. I've also been stuck in pause since the Christmas tree is still
I noticed this tree back here. I was like, I like it. Leave it up, girl.
No, it's coming down this week. I was supposed to take it down last week, and then I was like, or I could watch Netflix. So
It's always the better option.
well, especially because okay, so I'm almost 30. So I'm now doing the things that you do when you're 30. So, casually drink more and watch true crime. I fucking love true crime. I honestly at this point I want to create a murder book. So just in case I'm ever murdered, sample of my hair, sample of my blood. I'll take a fingernail. I'll take some eyelashes because you gotta get the it's already because you gotta make sure you get the roots in. Because if you don't have roots on your head, there's nowhere to tell. I want some good photos of me. Okay. Because like my mom's gonna obviously pick one of the photos that I died already. No, I got my photo ready to go. I have if I've done something bad, like when it goes like black and white, or when it goes like the introvert where it's like blue and white and stuff. I want to get that ready to go. Yeah. Basically, I'm like, so I'm ready. Oh, and who should play me in the live action bits?
You gotta have that one picked out.
Right, exactly. I'm dead. At least give me my final wishes. But I watched 2 last night on Netflix. The missing plane, like the
I was watching last night. Oh, you're creepy. I love it.
Yes, because I was sitting there and I'm like, nah, this someone knows what the fuck this plane is. Okay, so somebody in this earth knows what happened to the plane. Somebody does, and they don't want to say it. And then I was watching the murdered one, the Southern Scandal.
Murdoch murders?
No, it's not Murdoch.
I think I know what you're talking.
Yeah,
Texas, or I don't know.
It was like it just came out a couple weeks ago. It's about obviously rich white family. Shocker. Their son Paul is just obsessed.
That's the Murdoch murders.
Oh, that's Murdoch murders?
Paul, yeah.
I didn't know
Paul,
yeah.
Oh man, that's hot right now.
Yeah, because Paul Murdoch. Yeah. Because I watched the whole thing last night. Because again, what else do you do?
You get sucked in. They're so good, and then every documentary now is a docu-series of 3 parts.
Right? I'll take a fucking
whole thing.
I'll take a docu-series on anything. I think my favorite one I saw this year was Pepsi Where's My Jet. I think I
haven't seen that one. I didn't watch it.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's amazing. So I used to work in marketing. I don't do that anymore. I have a job that will keep me from going gray at 40. Less stressful job. So anyway, so what happened I think it was like either late 90s, early 2000s. So they had Pepsi points. So it was a contest, and you could buy Pepsi, and it was like 1 Pepsi can equaled 1 point kind of idea. And they had this commercial that it was like 30 million points was a Harrier jet, something like that. And it not underneath did it state that it was a joke, because it clearly was a joke, right? It was based on the Neiman Marcus category back in the 80s of like the last page would be the most expensive item in the world. again, it was a joke, but Pepsi did not indicate it as a joke. They didn't use the fine print being like, ha ha ha. So this kid finds a way to trick the system so you can buy Pepsi points instead of buying cans for 10 cents. So he found an investor that gave him the money, and he sent the check to Pepsi being like, dude, where's my jet?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's amazing because honestly, in marketing, when I had to do the law side of marketing, that was talked about in school because that changed how things are marketed, because that's when you need to have the fine print, because in Canada it had the fine print, but in America it didn't. So it was technically a valid offer. Nowhere
Wow.
did it say it was not a valid offer. So it came down, was it a valid, did he get the Harrier jet? Was it not a legal offer? You'll have to watch the documentary series. Again, 3 episodes. It's
Yay.
phenomenal. Oh, and I also like Woodstock 99 because
Oh,
Jesus Christ, I've seen
have you
both now.
seen? Okay, that's my
Yeah,
next question. HBO and Netflix. You've
yeah,
seen them both.
I've
Oh,
seen them. I've seen them both
isn't that
equal,
crazy? I don't remember
right?
that. Like I was 9 when this was going on, but I don't remember. I guess because I was 9, I was playing The Sims or something. I don't know.
I was 6 years old, and Sailor Moon was my icon hero. Still is. So like I didn't remember anything, but just again, like just fucking eat the rich, man. Like fuck a water bottle being $4 in 1999 when the minimum wage at that time I believe was like
And
$3 an hour. Like
that's
that's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You like that's prices today. Like if I went
Mhm.
to Budweiser, or if I went to, well, I was gonna say, let's throw Canada reference. If I went to Scotiabank Arena, or let's be honest, I can't remember the other name of it because my brain's dead. It would be like $4 for a bottle of water now, and I'd be like, oh, I'm getting fucked, but like
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it sounds like it would be here, like a game, like yeah, some game you go to, $4 waters. You know.
$4 waters, and then no shit, these kids were getting fucked. The thing is, I don't understand. So they wanted to rebring Woodstock in, and because again, I was the '69 Woodstock, very peace, very loving. You had Limp Biscuit, Corn,
It's crazy
Red
lineup.
Hot Chili Pepper. Like, what were you expecting?
Rage Against the Machine, or
Rage
what?
Against the Machine. You had these 20-year-old white testosterone filled guys fucking on drugs, dehydrated, and
Dehydrated.
wasted, fucking raging out to Corn, and you didn't
And then
think the
and then
stadium
you
was gonna
hand
get
them,
destroyed?
a candle.
Which I think it was,
There you go.
the idea of it was so cute though, because like they were
Yeah, the
just,
intention was right.
the intention was there. Yeah, let's give these kids fire.
All together in a small space, and they've been drinking and doing drugs for days.
Right?
But
Like
it's for a good cause, guys.
it's for a
So
good cause. Yeah, I think it was for gun violence. I think it was to like for something on the lines of that. I mean, but like take a look at music festivals now. Like I was just watching a video about Coachella because Coachella's in a month, and I like fashion, so it's just basically like the fashion trends. So basically
yeah,
every year is just less clothes. Like let's be
yeah,
honest. Yeah, at some point you're just gonna be naked walking in.
hmm pretty
But
much.
at this point, it's like music festivals now are not used to like rage out and listen to the music. It's a
Yeah,
social status.
that's
Sorry, like
true.
coughing.
It's
It's true
changed a little. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
compared to like,
that Woodstock 99, yeah, completely different.
oh yeah, that was just to be like guys, because you didn't have cell phones back then, so you couldn't even prove that you were there.
Yep.
Girls just go to Coachella, and I'd be like, oh my god, summer vibes with my OGs, and like
Yeah.
it's like it's the
It's all for
fakest
the
shit.
gram.
It's all for the gram, right? And I'm
Yep.
just like, it's just this fucking status statement. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. No one
I don't,
cares.
I don't like
Like,
stuff like that.
like if there was like a Sims festival, like,
Oh,
and you would, I don't know if if I would go, because it'd probably be in the States, and I'm very States right now
oh,
because they fucking scare the shit out of me, especially Ron DeSantis in Florida. He's scary, and I think he has a good chance of being president. I think he's definitely gonna be the Republican nominee. And I
Yeah, I
think he
see
has a good
that.
I
Yeah.
think he has a good chance of being president. And that fucking scares me because Trump was dumb, but this guy's not dumb. This guy's evil. He's like
Yeah.
Mike Pence evil. So, anyways, I'm foregoing the states, but it would probably be in LA. But like, who would they bring on? Like, I don't know if I want to meet James Turner
I
in
don't
real life. I
know.
don't know if I want to meet Plumbella. I understand like they're big simmers and like we look up to them and stuff, but like honestly,
Yeah.
I'd rather see like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Like that would be more life-changing to me than
Yeah.
hearing EA talk about how amazing The Sims is, but like not addressing the elephants in the room.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. That's
that makes
true.
sense.
It does. Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like we should get this interview back on track. I stole it with murder, but again, as you're heading into your 30s, wine and murder, that's like the
Oh
best.
yeah.
I'm like, I know I will, if I get murdered, I will fucking haunt you guys for the rest of my life. And
Yeah.
and I also have my photos ready, so make sure you get my good side.
You
Because like
got
they
your
always,
kit ready.
yeah, because like they always use like the weirdest child photos or the weirdest child videos.
They do. The most unflattering for that person. I'm like,
Right?
geez, like this is about the person. At least they have a decent photo somewhere,
Right?
you know.
This is gonna be on Netflix, and CNN's probably gonna talk about it. Okay, I want my good side.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm dead. Don't disrespect me any further.
Now you made me want to go pick out a picture now. I'm gonna get all
Go do it.
my kit ready.
Right? Go make your own murder kit. And I after this podcast airs, I will show you. I will release mine on Instagram, my murder kit, and everybody who doesn't listen to the
Awesome.
podcast would be like,
I was like, wait, why?
"What?"
Why?
I knew the Stassi page was going in a fucking weird direction, but okay. Okay. Well, anyways, I got a couple more questions for you, and
Okay.
we're gonna wrap up this interview. So talk to me about Samantha Rose. I love her character. I love her story. Talk to me about where you see the story going, and adding more generations as the story goes on.
That's a really good question because I asked myself that, like, what's her future? Where is
Mhm.
this going? Like any girl would ask, where is this going?
Where is this going? I need the ring.
Exactly. I have like plans, but no definite plans because every time I turn on my game, something different happens. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna go with this. So it kind of plays itself.
Mhm.
Some things are forced in my photos, and a lot of things are on accident, which I love. And I kind of want to start pointing that out to people because
Mhm.
just letting them do their natural thing in the game is amazing. Once you've gotten their personalities and achievements, they just start, I don't know, I feel like they know what they need to do. So um Samantha, she is kind of me as an is like she was okay. I created Samantha as my sim self. So like
Yeah.
back then it was like, oh, my sim self. So I was like, I'll make one. And so I started using her as my main sim. I didn't, mirror her to look like me, but all her qualities and stuff like that mirror me. So and it just kind of built from there. People may make fun of me saying this, but I don't care. A lot of my inspiration comes from the Kardashian family because
Sorry, that's not what I was expecting.
I
Okay.
know. But one of their interesting dynamics is their family. There's so many
Yeah.
of them, and they're all into like different things, and
Mhm.
they all get along and support each other.
Yeah.
Everything else and all the opinions about the Kardashians, not part of my game. But that I love that. I'm an only child, so having an opportunity to like create like a big family like that is so amazing to me because that gives me an opportunity to each family member can one can be an astronaut and one can be a painter, one, and it allows me to use as much of the game as possible
Mhm.
because I don't always just play Samantha Rose. I'll go spend a couple days with Ariana or Julia and all the daughters, and then just kind of build off them and their relationships with everything else. So I know that's like a bunch of rambling, but in my world, it makes sense. There's just
No,
it's all about family. And then wherever that takes us, I don't know what the future holds as opposed, what if Samantha Rose is going to grow older. She's currently taking potions of youth to stay young. I feel like I have to explain that to people because she just keeps having kids. They get older and she looks the same. So that, and it's not cheating. If you
no.
win, if you achieve those points, then that's what you get. I mean, I've used it 4 times, so she's times four, I guess you could say. But
Would you, okay, a question before I ask them there, would you just turn off death? Would you just turn off aging?
I do have aging turned off, but I turned it off whenever they did some update, maybe a year or two ago, where they were automatically aging up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. So I've turned aging off since that happened because Jen turned into a grandma the minute I turned the game on. I was like, oh hell no, we gotta turn all this off. But in the reality of Samantha Rose, in order for her to stay young, she does use potion of youth. So that's the only way. I want it to be as realistic as possible, but people probably wonder, like, her kid looks older than her now. That doesn't make sense. So
She's Mother Gothling this shit, okay? Like, get in line. I appreciate that. For Rose Chronicles, I've just turned aging off completely because I've only been doing this for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. It will be 2 years next month. By the time this comes out, it'll be almost past 2 years. And I've only ever shared 2 months of content from the beginning to end. Doesn't look like it because it's like 100 chapters, but in real time, yeah, it's 2 months. So wow, no one's age. Everyone looks better. It's kind of like, like from a season to the season. Let's use Degrassi. It's a great example. So yeah, season 1 Degrassi, everyone might look a little rough. But like by season 5 Degrassi, everyone looks fucking great because like makeup's better, more money. For me, it's more CC. I didn't know what CC was when I started because it was vanilla. Now it is CC everything. I down to the freckles on their feet are fucking CC. But hey, I love that. I think what I like about your story is you let the chaos tell your story. You're not as some storytellers like, this is what we're doing. This is it. You have no free will. AKA
that doesn't make it's fun to just let it unfold. Like Joseph was not supposed to die. Like, let's just all say that for a minute. I did not want to do that yet. I was like, you gotta have your ups and downs, but I still haven't found his tombstone in the game. I don't know where he died. That's the behind the scenes me. Like, I just kind of let it unfold because that's the amazingness of the game. Just I like go pay attention to one of the little kids, and then I go back over to Samantha, and she's cuddling up with Eric, all cute. And I didn't make them do that. It's so cute. So I'm like, I guess that's where this week's post's going, or I just kind of like, yeah, I love winging it. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
I love it. I'm a control freak. Fucking shit would not happen. I have everybody on residential fucking lots, so I have no communication with townies or nothing.
Well, I have deaths turned off for all of my main people. Like that, I'm not, I can't. Joseph, he's a secondary character, and he did not live with us, so that unfortunately happened. But I still have to have a little bit of control because
Yeah, you build up the story, they magically die. Like the first time Alexa died, because fuck Alexa's died a million times in this goddamn game. She died of heat. She died of cold. She died of embarrassment. She died of fire. She died of fire a lot. And all the time. And I remember the first time I slammed my laptop lid down and I didn't know what to do because I didn't have backups yet because I was a fucking noob. So I was like, I had pressed save. So I was like, oh God, okay, well, let's just hope that works. And it was fine. But now I have everything back. I have backups of the backups to the backups knocking on my desk here, that nothing bad happens because I don't want anything bad to happen. But I have to ask you a question. So where do you get your name inspiration from? Not that saying your names are crazy. When I'm coming up with new characters, I scramble to come up with names. A lot of the people in the first book are people that I've known so I just used their names. But as the story digresses, you just kind of have one-off characters. Do you name characters after you know people in real life, or do you watch forms of media and just take their names?
It's kind of like what I do when I get a cat. I just let the name come to me, I guess. um, excuse me. I will tell you, Samantha's fourth daughter, the youngest daughter, is my name, Mallory. So
Yeah.
I did want to add my little, I guess signature in the game. Like I'm here, the writer's here.
Yeah.
So she's in there. That's where I came from. Um, all the other names are just random. It's all names that I love. Like I love the name Julia. I know a Julia, but that's not why I use that name.
Mhm.
Ariana is just I just love that. Um, and then who's the other one? Jamie. I did have a best friend way
Mhm.
back in the day named Jamie, so that's probably why that stuck. All the guys, what's cool is Samantha had four girls, consecutive. I'm like, oh man, what's this? What's the fifth? Is it gonna be a boy? And finally it was. And so I've added we got Andrew, I love that name. And
Mhm.
then Michael is one of her grandkids, and then the newest grandkid is Adam. It's getting to be a big family. We got to start writing this down. But I just kind of just include any names that I would love to say more and more. Any names I like, I'll just throw them in. And don't worry, there's more names to come. You'll see that. Maybe in August we'll have a new name.
By then it'll be like there's already 10 names. This is so old. The story's already changed. Andrew died. Like so old.
I will say that everyone loves the cat Franklin. I haven't featured him recently. I should, but he came with that name, and I found him and adopted him and didn't change him at all. So I think that's the cutest thing. He came with that little sweater,
Mhm.
the whole 9 yards. That was a completely original from the game. I just went to Brundleton Bay to take a photo shoot, and that cat Franklin just came right up to her, and it was like it's just meant to be. That's why I love my game. It just happens. I'm like, if only I kind of want to start adding in my captions like how I got these screenshots, because a lot of it is on accident or not
I
intent, not forced. I didn't
Yeah.
force it. So I was
Hey,
thinking about doing that.
put that shit in there.
Yeah,
Literally put that stuff in there. People eat that shit up of just being like, this is behind the scenes. It's kind of like,
yeah,
like the Watch Mojo, like these are top 10 improv scenes that you didn't know were improv in your favorite movie. It's
yeah.
cool because it kind of gives a different look behind the scenes of the creator of just being, hey, you know,
And it's
this is
cool because
this is how we do it.
I didn't know about I had a post that got quite a bit of attention about like face masks for like beauty self-care.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about all these different face masks you could buy with the spa pack. And
Yeah.
so I took a post and explained in my caption like how I got it, what pack it came from, and someone came back right away saying, I had no idea this existed. I'm gonna go play right now and use that. And so it's
Yeah.
like, you're welcome, Sims.
You're
Yeah,
welcome for me showing you tutorials
advertise.
that you should have already had.
It was just like a good feeling. I'm like, see, I didn't
Yeah.
even know. I accidentally found them myself. I learned something new about the game every day, and we've all been playing forever. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I have to thank Sophie Sims. I did a collab with her and it was the Better Together collab, and you could only use the world and the thing, whatever world you pick that pack. Well, I guess somehow a dream decor decorator item got in there. I searched fucking high and low, couldn't find it. She's like, yeah, so if you just go to the gallery and press on it and you press on in the pack, like what packs used, and then it actually shows you what item you used.
Oh,
And I was like, what? What?
yeah. Like,
Holy
oh,
shit, that just
this
fucking
whole time.
this whole time I searched an hour. I could have got that hour back. I could have watched another like murder porn show, okay? Like
Right?
I was so upset. I was like, so I can't find it. And she's like, it's right there. It's that. And I'm like,
This is why we all have to keep communicating because
yes.
what we all have different like skills. We picked up shortcuts. Oh, I'm still learning shortcuts, you know. I used to be clicking on everything and now I'm like, okay, BY, we got this to, you know, just
Mhm.
well, as a PC user, obviously. It's different
Yes.
for console.
See, I think
And give it up to those people, by the way, console
fucking console player.
players.
Yo,
I give it all up to you guys.
yes, especially console storytellers. I don't know how they do it. I have no idea. Like Sassad Simmer, girl, love this, like love her, friend of podcast. Or I have like a hair in my eye. Still in my eye. For anyone listening or listening to this, I am fiddling with the blonde hair in my eyeball. Anyways, Sassad Simmer, podcast friend, been on here many times. Fucking love her. She's a story. She's done like, well, now she's moved to PC. But before she was console, and I'd be like, girl, how the fuck do you do that? And she was like, I just can't. I was like, I need poses because if I don't have the right kiss scene is ruined. And I like this, I like my scene to be good. But anyways, it has been an absolute pleasure having you back here today. Why don't you tell everybody where we can find your amazing work?
So right now I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and it's under Simantha Rose, Simantha Rose, all together, no spaces or anything. You can find me and catch up with all things Simantha Rose and her family that is continuously growing. Thank you so much for having me. I love talking to you.
No, I love talking to you. We could talk all day. I feel like we just need to do like a side one. I got a co-host podcast where you just come on and we talk about something that's completely random.
Yeah.
I think that would be a lot of fun. But season 3, baby, we can definitely do that. But Samantha, I think I got that close enough. Samantha, God damn.
You just say I just say Samantha because like just as SAM.
Yeah.
Because it sounds, when you say it fast enough, it sounds like Samantha.
There we go. Simantha Rose. Absolute pleasure. Please go check out the links. They're going to be below. I look forward to see where your story takes a turn. I hope also as well that the summer magazine will be back up and running by the time this podcast comes out, making that portion of the podcast irrelevant. But hopefully I have planted a seed that got going. But absolute pleasure. Please go check it out. Thank you for coming back here. So you are welcome back anytime.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So much fun.
Bye.
Bye.